Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Tuesday, March 4th, 2008, and today is the big day, the showdown in Ohio and Texas. As we do every primary and caucus evening, we're going to be bringing you live election results starting tonight at 7 p.m. So now we're going to run through what the states are, how many delegates they have, and what the polls suggest is going to happen in each one of those contests. So let's quickly run through the states. What are the states? They are Vermont, Ohio, Texas, and Rhode Island. The first closes is Vermont at 7 p.m., Ohio at 7:30, Texas at 8 p.m., that's when the primary in Texas, when those precincts close, and then Rhode Island at 9 p.m. Now, how about the delegates? They are Texas at 193, Ohio 141, Rhode Island 21, and Vermont 15. Now, there's one key thing to remember here. Texas has both a primary and a caucus, and they're actually divided up between how many delegates each accounts for. And those are, again, out of the 193 delegates from Texas, 126 of those are given out by the results of the primary, and then the rest, 67, are from the caucuses, which happen just after the balloting ends in the primary. Now remember, Texas and Ohio were supposed to be Hillary Clinton's firewalls that were going to lock this down after a really good month from Barack Obama. If you go back a month, and remember, these races as the firewalls have been on the horizon for about a month now, Hillary Clinton was ahead anywhere from 15 to 20 points in both states at one point, and Barack Obama has made up a lot of ground. He now seems to be tied or just ahead in Texas, but he's still behind in Ohio. Now there's another point to keep in mind. These progress over the last couple weeks has been one of steady gains for Barack Obama, but just over the last few days, the final polls seem to show the momentum, the movement of the polls going back in the direction of Hillary Clinton. She now seems clearly ahead in Ohio, and a couple late polls show it back down to close to a tie in Texas. Now let's go back and talk about that complicating factor in Texas. As we said before, there is both a primary and a caucus in Texas. Apparently they couldn't decide which one they wanted. Now a lot of people think that this means that Barack Obama has an extra advantage because he's done so well up in caucuses up until this point, and that's probably the case. So conceivably, even if there's a tie vote in the primary, Barack Obama could end up with more delegates just because he does better in the caucus Tuesday evening. There's one more factor about the Texas contest, and that is that the way that the delegates are apportioned from the primary seems to blunt, at least to a significant extent, Hillary Clinton's advantages with Hispanic voters in that state. So let's sum up for Texas. You have Barack Obama coming from a serious deficit, drawing even pulling a little bit ahead. You see momentum for Hillary Clinton in the last few days, but you've got all these odd arrangements in Texas, which really throws into doubt who's going to get more delegates regardless of who wins the popular vote. And you take all those different factors, the caucus, the apportionment and so forth, all into account. They seem to give Barack Obama some extra advantage in that state, even beyond who comes out ahead in the popular vote. Now put this all together, and what it means is we may have another night where the big question is the difference between the expectations game on the one hand and delegates on the other. If Hillary Clinton wins both Ohio and Texas, set aside how many delegates she wins in Texas, if she wins the popular vote in Texas, that's really going to be a wake-up call for a lot of the hype and the conventional wisdom over the last month or so, which has portrayed Barack Obama as really something like an unstoppable force. On the other hand, for Hillary Clinton to make up real ground in the number of delegates that she has to win by decisive margins in both states. And fundamentally, at the end of the game, this is still about delegates. So be ready for a lot of spin and possibly a late evening, and keep a close eye on how the delegate counts look at the end of the night. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.